I feel like one of the most difficult things about skincare is finding a sunscreen that works for you, especially if you work outside or have melanated skin. And I have tried. So I can't even grab them. I have tried so many sunscreens. So in this video, I'm going to go through each one and I'm going to give it a yes or a no. Is it worth your money? Should you buy it? Now, for the record, I'm going to base it on the packaging. I'm also going to base it on the texture. I am going to talk about where I would wear it, because all of these I don't necessarily wear my body, and also I wouldn't necessarily wear my face. I'm also going to talk about white cast because that is a huge topic for me, and I'll show you some of my favorites when I am wearing them on. So stick around. I am going to label it whether a physical, mineral, or chemical sunscreens, just so you guys know. I don't have it memorized, so sorry about that, but let's just get right into the video. Starting out with a very popular brand, which, full disclosure, I am on their PR list and I do like a lot of their products. However, I have a lot to say about this one. So this is Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. It does have PA++++. So if you aren't familiar with the PA filter system, it's essentially an additional filter for UVA and UVB rays. And what I love about Naturium is that they normally have really great formulations. And I will say this one isn't a bad formulation. I just don't like this pump. I don't like the packaging. It takes forever to get it out. So like that came out pretty easily, but whenever I'm using this, like where I have to reapply out in the real world, it takes me a long time to pump it out. I don't know why, but I'm going to show it on my arm of how it rubs in. This does not have a white cast, thankfully, so I do like that a lot. But my biggest complaint about this Naturium sunscreen is that the pump is not my favorite. It's actually like not even like top 10, and I don't even know if I have 10 sunscreens here, but I don't like the pump. I wish they had like a squeeze or just something else. I don't know what it is, because normally like their pumps are not bad, but this one is not my favorite, so it's not really good. I will say I use this for my face and my face only, even though I just rubbed it there on my arm. You can see again on my arm there's no white cast, so I do like that part. It doesn't feel greasy. It does work for my skin really well. I will wear it to tennis, and that's kind of how I test all of my sunscreens. Although some of these I have tested at the beach with like a day at the beach. So anyway, this one I would say is a really great face sunscreen. I wouldn't put it on my body only because it's a really small package. So it's just not going to do well in terms of like how long it's going to last me. But this is a really great face sunscreen. So I would give this overall yes. Next up, we have a few variations of La Roche-Posay. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you've probably seen me use this one, which went viral by accident, but this is the spray. So this one in my hand is the supposedly invisible application La Roche-Posay. This is a 50+, so does have the PA+++ filter. I actually bought this in France at the pharmacy. I bought this one and this one at the French pharmacy when I was there in my Paris vlog. So if you saw the most recent one, that's where I got this. I will say this does not do what it says it does in terms of being an invisible application spray. So I have shaken it. It is like a mist, and on here in another language it says that you can wear it over your makeup, which I tried on Instagram and I have disproven that completely. You cannot wear it on your makeup. At least I couldn't, because when I sprayed it, it just looked completely and totally white and made it look like a ghost, and I had to take it off and had to redo my makeup. So I wouldn't wear this over makeup. I do have to wear this on my body, so this is something that I will spray on my shoulders, especially. Like my shoulders are really hard to get when I'm going out to play tennis, so I have used it for that. I have kept it for that. I will say it does well. You do have to rub it in, which is why I say like don't put this over your makeup, because if you do, you're gonna have to rub over your makeup, so like it just won't work. So anyway, I do like this one. So this one is a yes for your body and body only. Now this is a La Roche-Posay UV Mune 400. This is ultra long UVA protection. So this is something that I will typically wear underneath my makeup on my face. I will say though, I don't like this this applicator. It is messy. Like if I just tilt this, you can see how it just comes out. It's very messy. It's messy application. So this isn't something that I reach for very quickly. It just isn't. It does rub in pretty well. It also doesn't have a white cast, so we love that. If you can see it on my arm here, it's gotten all over my makeup vanity. So yeah. Anyway, application I do not love. It's not tinted, which we'll get into some of the tinted sunscreens later. But yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like that one bit. Okay, this other one I got at the US Open, and it is like a small face and body broad spectrum 50. This one is the UV Pro Sport. And it's not bad, but it's not something that I would wear if I'm like going to an event that I want to look good at, because it does have a little bit of a white cast. So hopefully I can show you guys. Like, I'm not going to put this in droves on my body just because it doesn't rub in all that easily. Like, I've used other sunscreens that just have a better absorption. So this is something that I will wear like before I'm going to go out and play sport, because I don't really care what I look like while I'm playing tennis. I just want to play tennis. So yeah, this is something I'm going to put on my body. I'm going to put my legs. I wouldn't put on my face. It just takes a long time to rub in. It's just not my number one choice. It's not. I will say this one for body application actually will be my number one choice out of the Roche-Posay's that I did show you. This one I would say we're gonna go with sports only. Okay, like, it's not a no, but like sports only. Next brand is Image Skincare, and they sent this to me. It is the Daily Prevention Clear Solar Gel. It's SPF 50, and it says patent pending on it. So this is a gel. It's a gel that you're supposed to put on under your makeup, and it's not bad. However, it feels oily. It does. Like, this is something that I don't reach for. I just don't. I don't like how it feels so oily on my skin. Like, I don't have oily skin. I actually have like dry skin. So when I put this on, it feels like, it doesn't feel moisturized. It feels oily. So this one, unfortunately, is going to be a no for me. This one's like a last resort for me, for being totally honest. Okay. Let me move some of these out of the way, get organized here. I have a second one from Image Skincare. So this is the Daily Prevention Protect and Refresh Mist. Now, I have used this over my makeup before, and it does what it says it does. So I'm going to spray it so you guys can see. That's what this mist looks like. I will say it does take a bit to dry on my face. And it does leave me with like a little bit of a dewy glow. So like, again, a little bit of that oiliness. I'm going to spray my shoulder so you can see like what it looks like. Again, like, if you don't rub in your makeup, of course, which I don't think you would, then you would have that shiny look to it. Once I rub it in, it looks completely normal. No white cast. That's really great. But it's not my favorite. Again, makes me feel a little bit oily. I only wear it on my face when I'm wearing makeup to an event and I have to be outside at that event and I know that my sunscreen is going to go. So like, if I'm going to an event that I know is going to be like 3 hours, you're supposed to apply your sunscreen every 2 hours. I'll put this over top of my sunscreen because it'll like give me a little bit of protection. However, not something I reach for. I also tried not to go to events with makeup when I know it's gonna be outside. That's very hard to do when you live in LA. But again, it's a yes for some scenarios. A yes for some scenarios, but not my favorite. Not my favorite. So next is Live Tinted, and I got this at an event that I went to with them last year, I want to say. It's a 3-in-1 mineral sunscreen. They promote it as a moisturizer and a primer. It's SPF 30, and again, this one is mineral because it's written on there. This one I have shaken, I have thrown, I have toppled upside down, and when I say I do not like this sunscreen, I mean I don't like it. So let me rub off, just so I have a clean hand that is sunscreen free. I'm just gonna rub off. So I, for starters, tried to use this underneath my makeup one time, and I was like, oh, you know what, maybe I just didn't shake it, like maybe it's my fault, maybe something is like not really working, like something I am doing is wrong. I like immediately blame myself. Then I tried it again the next day and I was like, okay, it's kind of weird that like I'm shaking this, I'm trying to use it and it's like not working. So okay, now my hand is dry, it's sunscreen free. The pump also, again, is not my favorite. I don't like these pumps. I don't like these pumps at all. But let's get it out here. You can see how long this is taking. I promise you Okay, so we have some out, finally. And I'm gonna rub it on. I believe this one is tinted. It's not supposed to be. If you see like this, you saw me shake it, right? You saw me pump it out. You saw me do it. Do you see? I'm still rubbing it in. I'm still rubbing it in. I'm still rubbing it in. This is the best it gets. Not good. Not my favorite. Actually, bottom of the barrel. I don't like this. I don't like this so much. And it's Hugard. Like, is that the because I was like, oh, this is something that I'm doing wrong. I'm going to read the back just so you know. Hugard is an all-in-one daily non-nano zinc mineral sunscreen, moisturizer, and primer that protects skin from harmful UVA and UVB rays and blue light. So this is... It says, can be worn alone or under makeup. I would not wear this alone. Also, I have tried putting foundation on over this just to see like if the foundation could cover it up, and it was a big no. So yeah, no. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no. Okay, moving on. So this is another tinted sunscreen. This is First Aid Beauty, their weightless mineral liquid sunscreen. It is SPF 30, and this one is their darker shade. Again, this one is a tinted, so we're gonna put it on. All right, so I got a little dot there. You can see the dot is brown. So when this rubs on, I think it's me. Like, I'm not a fan of the mineral sunscreens. This one, it kind of has a little bit of a shininess to it. Not necessarily glossy, but it is shiny. And I'm not feeling it. What I don't necessarily reach for tinted sunscreens, it's just not my jam. I don't really like them. So I really don't know if I'm the best person to ask about a tinted mineral sunscreen because I don't like mineral sunscreens either. It's a no. It's a no for me, dog. I've used this maybe twice. I used it on my face too, and I just did not like the way it looked. Like, I was just very upset about it, if I'm being totally honest. So this is now the second time I've used this, and again, it is still a no. So moving on. So next we have Black Girl Sunscreen, and I have quite a few. No, I actually only have 2 left. So this is the face sunscreen. So it's the Make It Matte Sunscreen Gel for Face, broad spectrum, 45, and it's water resistant up to 80 minutes. This is the matte formulation, which I think this was when I first got it, I wanted it to be like an alternative to Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, which is one of my favorites. That is a yes. That one is a yes. I don't have it right now, but it is a yes. I wanted this one to be similar to that. And it's not as lightweight. I will say that. It does give me a bit of an oily feeling. Again, this is something that I don't reach for to put on my face unless I don't have any like face sunscreen that I like at the moment. You can see it's like very shiny. It's supposed to be matte, so maybe I just didn't shake it. It normally is actually matte. I will say though, it does give me this like oily feeling on my face, so I don't reach for it all that often. I think their normal or original formulation, which this is the Christmas edition where they just like, they put everything in either green or like a burgundy bottle. I personally don't care what the bottle looks like when I know I'm getting a really great sunscreen. So this is the regular formulation. So it's broad spectrum 30, and this one is infused with jojoba and avocado. And it is pretty thick. I will say though, when you rub it in, it does what it's supposed to do. It rubs in very easily. I would say this one rubs in a lot easier than the matte formulation, and this I will wear all over my body. So this is like literally my go-to. If you watch any of my vlogs, I am always wearing Black Girl Sunscreen on my body. Like, this is like #1. Unless I have those hard to reach places, then I'll do La Roche-Posay with the spray, and that's going to be #2 for me. So yeah, I do like this a lot. I'm going to retry this matte formulation so I can show you and like how it comes out matte. Maybe I haven't used it in a while, not totally sure. There it is. Yes. So the first time I just like didn't shake it up enough. But yeah, it's not bad. Like, it does dry matte. Again, this isn't my favorite formulation from them. I really like the original formulation that they have. I don't care if it comes in a Little Mermaid bottle. I don't care if it comes in a little kid's bottle. I don't care what. I like the Black Girl Sunscreen, so that one is a yes for me. This one, meh. Like, it's like a kind of last resort one for me. And then, okay, last 2 sunscreens, which is kind of insane that I have this much sunscreen. But last 2 sunscreens, the first one is actually going to be a sample because I ran out of the like full size that I had, but it is the Beauty of Joseon Day Dew Sunscreen. So this is the American version that they're selling in Sephora. And in case you want to try any Sephora products, you can always go in and ask them to make you a sample, and they'll do it for literally any products. That's a little pro tip. But anyway, this is the Day Dew Sunscreen. It's SPF 50, which for all Korean sunscreens, the minimum SPF is 50, which I love, love, love. The only thing about the American formulations of Korean sunscreen is that they don't have the PA+++ filter because it's not approved in the United States with the FDA. So anywho, this one is like their closest, or one of their newest actually, formulations that is now in Sephora that you can buy. And it's okay. I've used it before, actually so much so that I ran out of my sample that I had. It doesn't smell that much like sunscreen, like compared to the other ones, but this one I think does the job really well. I will say I have worn the Day Dew sunscreen out and about in real life, and it does really well with protecting my skin. The thing is, though, I found one that's even better, and that is the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun Rice and Probiotics. This one is SPF 50 again, and also PA+++. And I gotta say, this one is a hard yes for me. So I'm gonna put it up here so you guys can see. This is by far one of my favorite sunscreens that I've ever used. And I've used a lot. Clearly, you can see I've used a lot of sunscreens. This rubs in so easily. It does not feel oily. If you can see my hand, my arm here, like this is where I put it on. It feels so nice on my skin. It feels lightweight. Again, it has that PA+++. Now, the only caveat to this one is that you cannot get it anywhere online, at least not the original formulation. So they're actually like these dupe formulations that are on Amazon and some places, maybe it's Sephora. I'm not really sure if it's Sephora or not, but I've seen dupes and the dupes are not good. So you got to get the authentic one. And that one I have bought from Playlab Beauty, which is a Korean skincare retailer that's here in Los Angeles. They do have online orders, so I will link it below for you guys to see. I'll link all my favorites below for you to see. So just as a recap summary of the ones that I do like. So this one is good for your body. The La Roche-Posay Invisible Application Spray. In terms of creams, I like the Black Girl Sunscreen. Also really great for your body. I cannot recommend this one enough. I absolutely love it. And then for the face, I would say my top two are going to be the Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. They just got to work on the pump, and then I'll be like a big fan of it. And then of course the Beauty of Joseon Rice and Probiotics. So these are the four that I'm going to have listed below in the description. If you guys want me to test out another sunscreen or want to know my thoughts on any of the other ones that I may not have mentioned in this video, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.